Hi, welcome to Attitude of Altitude, Mindset of Happiness weekly video series. My name is Floria, founder of Recognize Your Potential, and I am thrilled for you to joining us here today, as well as my very special guest, Dr. George Frempong, Director of Research with Delmore Badide Learning Institute. Welcome, George.
Thank you, Floria.
As you may have heard, that we have also done two-part series of podcasts. So today you might hear some of it, but the podcasts give you a much more detailed information. But we also wanted to take the opportunity to do a short video on growth mindset. So, Dr. Frempong, tell us about your research and your work in terms of growth mindset. And maybe you can actually start explaining what growth mindset is.
Okay, thank you, Floria. Maybe I should start with my background. I am originally from Ghana. I've worked in so many countries, including Canada, South Africa, Swaziland, and I've been to so many countries around the world. I got my master's and PhD mathematics education from University of British Columbia, where I did my PhD thesis on mathematics education and how growth mindsets play a critical role in helping kids to learn. My research used a large data sets, an international data sets, and the research was referred to as what TIMS, the Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study, okay, where I use the data from Canada, South Africa, and Ghana to understand how students are able to do well in mathematics, which largely depends on their, what they call the growth mindset, and then how the places where they learn, which includes the school and the community, also tend to have what I called a collective growth mindset. Growth mindset is a term coined by Carol Dweck, Professor Carol Dweck, who framed that idea that kids are able to succeed, especially in learning, when they believe that the talent that they have is just their initial ability to do or are able to be successful in learning. But then they also have the belief that they can build on those talents, and with effort and then with the support, they should be able to do whatever they set their minds to do.
Okay. Very interesting. So that means that we can no longer just blame DNA that I don't have.
Exactly.
The math DNA or science DNA.
Exactly. In my life as a teacher, as a researcher, I've heard a lot of people complain that, oh, I can't do maths. I'm not good in maths. And my response to them is always that, yes, you can't do maths now, but if you work so hard, if you believe in yourself, then you should be able to do mathematics. Those who say that they can't do it, they don't have the talent, we refer to them as having what they call a fixed mindset. They think that they can only do things that they have talents for. But then, as a teacher, as a parent, we need to make people believe that they can do things beyond what they think they can believe. Yeah. And that is what growth mindset is all about.
Very important, George, is that the emphasis on the mindset of the believing in yourself or in your students or in your capabilities, rather, and yes, applying yourself always is helpful, but it's that mindset of believing that I can do this.
Yeah, and that is very, very important in life. The mindset, they believe in themselves that yes, I can. As I said, as a community, I mean, as in the school, as a teacher, the greatest damage that you can do to your child, to any child, or to any learner, is to tell that student that you cannot learn maths, or you are not capable of being successful in school. So we need to keep that in mind and continuously, I mean, encourage our learners, encourage people to do things that they think they cannot do. The way the children interact with each other, the way the children interact with you, the way you create that environment, the way you continuously encourage them to believe in themselves. The way, so I mean, sometimes even in my teaching, I would ask some of the students to even present materials, be the teacher in the class. Let them teach themselves, make them believe that they working together as a group. The key thing is that whatever concepts in mathematics, whatever concept the kids are learning, make that concept be real to them. Link that concept to where they are coming from, their community. And that's what definitely help them to believe in themselves that they can understand and learn mathematics.
Very well put. Again, I heard you say that it's important to understand where the student is coming from rather than simply teaching a concept or material. It's understanding where the student is and their perspective so that the teaching is improved. And I do that similarly in my work as well.
Yes.
Rather than saying, well, I'm going to teach you how to do this, as see, where is he or she coming from and how can I communicate that much more effectively?
Exactly. You build on what the students know already.
As well. It's all about growth mindset, and we are all in this together to enhance our capabilities. And until next time, I would, before I forget, I would love to hear from you about this episode or other episodes, what you might like to hear. If you have any questions, always happy to hear from you through my personal email, floria@recognizeyourpotential.com. You can reach me on my social media at Floria Transforms. I'm on all the 4 platforms of LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Frempong, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and have a fabulous day or a marvelous Monday.
Thank you.